Hello everyone, welcome back to another savings challenge. Today I am going to do some monthly and yearly savings challenges that I have downloaded from friends, either on Ko-fi or different links that they have on their channels on YouTube. I'm going to start with explaining where the money's coming from and the reason I'm going to use prop money instead of regular cash from the bank. When I get paid, I have $300 every other week that gets transferred into my high yield savings account. That $300 is allotted to 6 different categories. Depending on where I am, if I've used any of my high priority savings and I just need to buff those accounts back up. For instance, I have auto repair and home maintenance. Both of those I like to have $2,000 each in the bank in my high yield savings account. So right now, I think I'm in the lower 1900. I've had a couple of issues go on where I've had to pay some vendors for some home maintenance. And I recently had a little bit of work done to my car. Usually $50 goes to each one of those every time I get paid. And when it gets to $2,000, then that money goes to buff back up my emergency fund I use that I normally have around anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 in. So right now it's much lower than that because I had to use it. Also in my high yield savings account, I have 3 full months of expenses and I'm shy of 5, I think somewhere between 5 and 700 of having the 4th month of expenses saved. And then in my regular checking account, I have all the funds that I save for my subscriptions, lawn care, household, groceries, all the normal short-term, and they're not priority. Some are in my primary checking account. Every time I get paid, half of that paycheck goes towards next month. So I'm not funding any bills for this month. Everything that I get paid in this month funds next month's bills. So I'm never in a stressful situation. I have a medical fund. I have several different funds. But the reason that I went back and started this channel and started cash stuffing again is because there are specific categories that I overspend in. I am a Amazon junkie, so I am forever buying the newest gadgets, cooking utensils, just whatever pops up on Facebook that Facebook thinks that I need to buy. Obviously, I probably don't need half the things, and I have had to adopt one in, one out because I have lived in my house 20 years. Who knows how many Amazon shipments I get every month. It's just funny that I've been cash stuffing and started Dave Ramsey, I'm going to say 20 years ago with my first true cash stuffing where I created the envelopes. I started doing that. And that in itself had controlled my spending. I would take all of those low priority funds and I would cash stuff those. If it's in my bank account and I know that it's not earmarked for something specific, I will find something to spend that money on. Having everything in that high priority or the high yield savings account, it keeps me from touching it. I really do only touch that when there is a major expense. So within that $300 transfer that transfers to my high yield savings account every month, every other week, it automatically adds $50 to home maintenance, $50 to auto maintenance, $50 to Christmas, $50 to vacation, $50 to emergency fund, and then the last $50 goes to insurance deductibles. And I don't have that split between homeowners and auto insurance. And then also in that account, I receive interest. So that interest that I receive on that account automatically goes into my emergency fund. And any rewards that I earn with that as well go into my emergency fund. So those automatically go into those funds. I don't know if any of you are familiar, but I use a budgeting software called YNAB, and I have all my categories set. I have all of my expenses. They're on repeating, so I don't have to manually enter a lot of expenses, except the one where I'm just Amazon happy, spending out of control. Anyway, I'm sure many people can relate to that. So for that, we're going to use the $300 that was transferred on March the 8th. I'm not going to take that money out in cash. I'm just going to use prop money. I also received interest, and this month I got $42.87 in interest. So I'm going to use that amount also in this challenge. And I'm going to see how many of these I can complete for March. And whatever's left, I'll just leave for the next round in 2 weeks when I receive the other $300 transfer. I'm going to backtrack and fund January, February, because we're already in March. So I just want to track everything from January through the end of the year with those savings challenges. And then any additional funds like my tax return, anything like that, will all go directly into my emergency fund. And when home maintenance and auto maintenance are fully funded again, which 3 more transfers, I think those will be funded, maybe even 2 more transfers, then that additional money is going to go to completing the 4 months expenses. And I need to determine what that amount is that I am short. I think it's somewhere between $500 and $600, and then I'll have 4 months. And I want to continue to grow that until I at least have 6 months. I don't like not feeling like I have enough money. I don't ever want to be cash poor again, because in my lifetime it has happened. I went through a divorce 20 years ago and moved my clothes, my son's furniture, everything of my son's I brought with me. I loaded in a U-Haul and just left everything that I had behind. I completely started over 20 years ago. It's probably a little bit more than 20 years, because it was like 2000 or 1999, I'm not sure. But either way, that's a little history on Carol. Now I'm going to count the money. Count this money. And let me get this quick sort. Okay, so let's go ahead and count this money. We have 51. So that's 100, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, that's the $300 that goes automatically into my high yield savings account, and the $42 in interest that I get on that savings account. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this calculator, because I think I'm just going to total everything that in each one of these and just put those amounts. Let's get started. First, I'll tell you who all is in the savings challenges. First, we have No Bucks Given, and I downloaded this from her Ko-fi. We have Grammy's Journey. We have D Plans and Budgets. We have Rock's Budgets. We have Novaland Savings. And then we have Floating Funds. We have Jessie Budgets. And this challenge, I'm not sure who created it. I'll have to figure out which channel this was. When I first started printing these and went wild printing everything I could find, I wasn't paying close enough attention. And then this challenge I also have from, oh my goodness, probably 5 years ago. I purchased this when I was attempting cash stuffing again, and I thought I would do exactly what I'm doing now, create videos to hold myself accountable and just share my journey and things I've gone through. But I never have used these. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if this is big numbers or small numbers. So I don't think we're going to use this today. If I get additional funds or have maybe some money left next time, when I do my next $300, and I'm going backwards. So maybe I'll start with this one next time and just go backwards because I have no idea the amounts on here. So it could be a lot or they could be small amounts. I just don't remember. It's been too long. But I am going to go ahead and do this one because I think they're adorable. And I'll find out whose channel I got those off of. So we're going to start at the beginning. We are going to pull out March. And we are going to add up these numbers. So we have 4, 3, and 2. So that's 4, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, and 3, that's 6. 4, 3, and 2, that's 9 again. 1, 2, and 3, that's 6. 4, 3, and 2 is 9. 1, 2, and 3 is 6. 4, 3, and 2 is 9. 1, 2, and 3 is 6. 4, 3, and 2 is 9. 1, 2, and 3 is 6. And 4 more makes 10. So this one is $79. Let me find a blue marker because I want to cross these off. That's the fun of it, right? If you guys wouldn't mind, drop something about yourself in the comments because I'd like to get to know you guys better so that we can share our journeys through this cash stuffing experience. Tell me a little bit about you. I have a 30-year-old son. I have a beautiful 3-year-old granddaughter that is the light of my life. So whenever she's around, she has my full attention. So again, this one was $79. And I am going to write that up here. And take 50, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. I'm going to give this an opportunity to dry. I'm just going to stick it out to the side and go ahead and stick this money in the back. That was No Bucks Given, and she's been very supportive of my journey. She watches my videos, and I love her videos. If you haven't gone to her channel, please. I'm going to link all these ladies below and go ahead and go to their channels and give them some support. Whoops, took out both of these. This one is Grammy's Journey. Again, we're going to add these up. I should have been prepared with some different colored pens. Let me grab a couple of pens. So we have 6 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4. So that is 25. So let's just get 20 and 5. And let's go ahead and mark these off. If we have any money at the end, she's got some on here that you can just roll the dice, but I'm not sure I'm going to do those. So we'll see. We'll see what I have at the end, if anything. Also, I'm going to set this off to the side and go ahead and stick this money in here. Again, that was Grammy's Journey. She's also a sweetheart, and go visit her channel if you haven't already. And now we have D, Plans and Budgets. And she also has a great channel. Reach out to her, go watch her videos and tell her I sent you. Tell all these ladies I sent you to their channel. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That's 50. Then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And that is $75. So there's 50, 70, 75. Stick this in here. I'm going to go ahead and mark these off. How's your weather today? It's a beautiful day here, which is nice. If the light goes in and out, it could be the sunlight's going behind clouds. That was 75 on that one. We're going to stick that back there. It's adding up pretty quick. This is a $20, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's just take a 20. And I'm going to mark these off. And most of these I laminated when I first started printing. And we'll let that one dry some too. Whoops, let me go back this way. This one is Rock's Budgets. So if you haven't visited her channel, go visit her. She's got a great channel too. This is Novalyn Savings. Whoops. I need to take out all those. And it says, I'm your lucky charm. And on this one, I think I'll make each one of these $5 as well. So that's another 20. Let me grab that. Just leave that right there. And then we have floating funds, and this is Saving 2025. And these are $5 each as well. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is another 20. And we will go ahead and stick this back here. We might make it through all these. Hopefully I'm not making any mistakes. And then we have Jessica Budgets. And this one is, let's see, we have to add this one. 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus. So that one is $20. And I'm just going to check these off. So that is March on that one. And we will stick another $20 in here. And then last but not least, we have this one. And it goes from 1 to 12. So let's add this one up. We have 1 and 2 is 3. That's 6, 10. 5 and 6 is 11. 7 and 8 is 15. 19. Is that $98? Let me check that again. We have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus. Dang it. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 28. And then we have 8 and 9, which is 17. And we have 10 and 11, that's 21. And then we have 12, is 78. 78. We have 10. Oh, sorry. There's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 6, 7, 8. We had $5 left. That was close. Let me make sure I counted that right. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 6, 7, 8. So that is 78 on that one. Did you guys notice I wasn't writing those down? We're just going to check off all of these. And this one was 78. I am going to just go back through and add all these together. Let me go back to the front. We had no bucks given, and hers was 79. And I will stick that in with all the rest of them, which I have. So that is no bucks given, and that is 79. And then we have Grammy's Journey. And this one was, how much was this one? $25. Let me write on here. 25. And then we have D Plans and Budgets. And this one was 75. I'm going to write that on here. Stick that back in here. So that's 75. And we had Rocks Budgets, and that's 20. And we have Novaland Savings, and that's another 20. Stick these back in here. I hope the glare is not too bad on this. And we have Saving 2025, and that was also 20. And we had this one, and it was 20. Is that right? 20? So that's 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that one's $20. And then last but not least, we had this adorable little gnome for $78. So that's 337 of the 342 that I was going to save. You guys think we should test the water? Oh, I don't have a scratcher in here. I guess we won't this time. I'm not going to take any chances. I will come back to that later. Let's see. I think I'm just going to save this $5 for my next round when I receive that other $300 transfer. Not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. If at some point we have extra money, I'm going to also do this 52-week savings challenge. And this also is from Floating Funds. I just think it's adorable. I think I shrunk it down, but it's just the whatever week it is, it's $1, $2, blah, blah, all that. I think I need to do this one because it's so cute. And I was going to add in this no spend into this one, but I have completely failed so far this month. I probably could do it now that I have purchased everything I think I need for the savings challenges and the binders, all the fun things. We'll see. We'll see if I add this in. I really need to add this in. It would probably heighten my awareness of the days that I spend money, see how many I spend on frivolous things. Anyway, you guys, that wraps up the first round of savings challenges. These are the monthly, and I'll just be doing them every month. And I think that once I get caught up, I'll just do 1 week at a time and budget those in. Hopefully that won't take too long because I do receive 2 transfers a month of $300 that are in my high yield savings account. And again, I'm not going to pull that money out of the bank. I'm just going to use prop money on these because it's drawing interest, and I don't want to lose those couple of cents that I would lose if I, or dollars, if I take it out of my high yield savings account. That wraps up this round, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your night, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, you guys.